Up to 50 roads right now closed or damaged. In some cases, the water is running over paved roads. So those are closed off because the water is just moving so swiftly and eroding the pavement as well as the dirt underneath. So lots of dangerous spots right now. Schools have been closed for yesterday and today. They're awaiting a decision right now to decide what to do tomorrow. The weather, as we said, the weather is great. The question is the conditions of the roads where buses.
All right, well, good afternoon. It's Thursday.
It is.
It is Thursday.
Made it.
I had to figure it out for a second. And I'm Matt Barrentine, of course, Jennifer Lambert's here. And we're going to be going over kind of all the forecast here today. We can kind of move on a little bit from Adelia because now that is going offshore. A lot of things happening still out in the tropics, but nothing that's really going to impact us, which is good news. And now we can kind of talk more about some of the local stuff.
That's exactly right. You know what? It was nice walking out the door this morning. Yesterday as well, we were seeing some of that humidity a little bit lower. However, our friends over on the Florida Panhandle, not quite the story. But heading further on into this evening, we're going to be seeing some temperatures actually in the 80s, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, it's still going to be hot. I mean, you know, the way things have gone this month, we've been above average even on our coolest days. But you know, it's been a little bit better than it has been. Looks pretty good out there for the games tonight. There have been a couple of showers and storms on the radar, but not very many. So we're pretty hopeful here they'll be able to get in all these high school games tonight.
Yeah, especially as we head closer towards that Williamson game, feeling like 90 by the time that this game starts. And then as you head further inland, so you've got Clark County and you got Troy out there. Luckily, the humidity is going to be slightly less, but still warm. So just make sure you're taking it easy, staying hydrated in case you're heading out to any Thursday night football.
Yeah, it looks fun there. A lot of good games going on tonight. I wanted to show you this because we've been talking about this all month long. And now here we are on the 31st day of August. So far, we've hit 95 today, which actually is one of the cooler days of the month. It's actually below what we've been seeing, but still way above average. I mean, look at this, nearly 99-degree average of a high of the whole month. There's been nothing ever like this. This is by far the hottest month we've ever experienced in 140, 50 years of record keeping here on the Gulf Coast. I was trying to count them up. I think there's about 10 days of 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my goodness. Also, I was noticing the 93 there, the coolest day.
93 was the coolest day. That 106 all-time record high in Mobile. Same day Pensacola was 105. Of course, we hit 105 again on that that Sunday following. And look at that, there is 6 days in a row of 100 degrees plus. So we've at least come down from that. I mean, I guess that's good, but I mean, 8 degrees above average. Absolutely incredible here so far this month.
And you know what, heading into tomorrow is September 1st, and it is actually the first day of meteorological fall.
Yeah.
By the time we get into tomorrow, but definitely not going to be feeling like it.
Not going to be feeling like it at all. It's gonna, well, we're going to have some rain tomorrow. That will help with the temperatures a bit. Looking at the temperatures out there currently this afternoon, I mean, it is hot. It is toasty. We'll back up into the 90s. Yeah,
we're mainly starting to see some of that in Mobile right now, 95 degrees. Feeling pretty toasty out there across the Gulf Coast in case you are making any plans. The heat index right now, however, I had mentioned that humidity a little bit higher on the Florida Panhandle, feeling like the triple digits. As you head a little bit further towards the west, Mobile, we just saw that we were at 95, feeling like 93, however, so some improvements there.
Got some dry air in place. Yeah, that's helping us out. And like Jennifer said, there are some showers over here in the Panhandle where there's a little bit more moisture around Panama City, Destin, Niceville, Fort Walton Beach. They're getting a few little showers out there. Nothing very heavy, but some out there.
I'll tell you, some much needed rain. However, we're keeping a close eye on some drought conditions out there. And you mentioned that drier air in place.
Yeah, it's all because of these north winds that we got behind Adelia. And you know, we've been in the drier air, most of us, but some of the areas along the coast are still that humid air. Now, this is going to do what, guys? What do you think is going to happen with this? It's going to push north. So guess what happens tomorrow? We get real humid, and we start getting the showers and storms back. So let's get into that. We'll talk about that here in a second. And if I keep things moving here, here's the dew points. That shows you how there's the humidity. There's the drier air where you see the lighter green. So that's what we're getting at now. So the rest of the evening, I just expect pretty pleasant conditions. Temperatures will be dropping back off into the 80s, so warm, but at least fairly pleasant, and once again, not all that humid. Let's get this future cast into motion. Jennifer will kind of go through this for tomorrow.
Yeah, so we get into tomorrow morning. Right now, the future cast really leaning towards some higher rain chances closer towards the coastal areas, southern Mobile, Baldwin County. So sending your kids to school, make sure they have that rain gear ready to go. We get closer towards lunchtime, we start to see more of that coverage continuing. And then by the time we make it into the afternoon, a lot of those rain chances beginning to spread further inland. So we have Friday afternoon plans, we have Friday night football. That's really beginning to ramp up around this time. Our inland spots looking at the highest potential to see some of those rain chances really for the second half of the day.
Yeah, so we got some rain out there tomorrow for your Friday. I think we're all going with about a 60% chance. That means at some point you're likely to run into some rain. It's not going to rain all day where you're at, but there's going to be off and on showers. Looks like through a good bit of the day thanks to that stationary boundary there. Here's what it looks like in Gulf Shores tomorrow. We got some rain that's off and on throughout the day. I'm going to kind of skip by that one. I didn't get the wording in there right yet. Still building some of these graphics. So
you're getting ready for the 4 o'clock show that we have heading into this afternoon.
Yep, we are. Let me go and get you. Let's go to the tropics here. Let's talk about Adelia and some of the other things that are going on out there. Winds of 65 miles an hour, but look where it's at.
Far off, far away.
Yeah, we don't care anymore. Get out to sea, Adelia. So that's Adelia. It's going to be headed out to sea. And there were some concerns for a little while that it might try to loop back around, but it's not going to do that. It's going to make a turn, head back out to sea. And then here's where things get a little bit interesting, Jennifer.
Yeah, so we have actually now 3 areas. This is updated just for this afternoon that we're monitoring at this time. We did have Jose pop up recently, so just a heads up that we did have another name marked off of our list. And then 3 additional areas, both of those, 2 of them have low chances of development, but then that one just off the coast of Africa, high chances of developing. And if it does become a tropical storm, the next name would be Katia, that K letter.
Yeah, so the interesting thing here is that there's 6 systems out there that we're keeping an eye on. And the good thing about all these things is none of them have any real threat at the moment. Most of these are going to stay out to sea. Watching some of these long-term models, it's kind of funny because it looks like they're kind of dancing around out in the middle of the Atlantic. But we let them dance out there. We don't care if they can stay out in the middle of the Atlantic. That is beautiful. We love to see that. We don't have any worries. Well, through at least the first half of September, it looks like that we'll see any storms coming our way. Of course, that can change towards the middle of the month, but for now, it looks like we'll start September for us on the quiet side. It'll be very active in the Atlantic, but in our area and in the Gulf, we should be pretty quiet for that first week or so of September. Here's the holiday weekend.
Yeah, so as you're making plans, rain chances increasing heading into tomorrow and also on Saturday. They turn a bit more to that scattered look by the time we get closer towards Sunday. And then really the hottest day of the weekend coming into play on Labor Day, but also going to be the driest out of those few days. We're going to continue to watch that forecast closely as we do approach closer. But remember, the first day of September heading into tomorrow, a brand new month already beginning here, but not quite feeling any taste of fall just yet.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us here. We're going to, of course, have Fox 10 News coming up at 4 and 5. You can join us then. We'll get you all the latest, let you know what to expect as we head into this holiday weekend. Thank you so much.
Have a great Thursday.